Hello and welcome back to part 2 of our Goblin King max difficulty SOVL run. We defeated Act 1 in the previous part, so we'll start goblinging our way through Act 2, if that's a word. So again, we need to quickly kind of map out our intended path here before we start cracking on. So again, it's going to be largely prioritising battles and generating gold above campsites. However, with goblins, it's not exactly the easiest campaign, so taking all the fights you possibly can is maybe pushing it. You don't need... Goblins tend to generate gold very effectively because of their goblin greed abilities and the like, so you don't need to take too many fights to have more gold than you actually need. You can actually do anything with. So thinking a mixed approach, I would like to see some more random events as well. Justification being is that there's a lot of them that would be very beneficial for the goblins, so the Forgotten Tomb is what I'm thinking of, and then random encounters are fine, and the lake is fine. Dark Gift would be fine. Basically, there's a lot of potential value I can get out of these, and we've already had a bad one, so we've got good odds of getting some really good stuff. So, I also want, in Act 2, there are a number of these elites floating around. Elites in Act 2 are incredibly dangerous in that they're the one thing that's difficult enough that could cripple you to the point where maybe you aren't in a good stead to actually take on the Act 2 boss, so you don't want to take on too many of these. So theoretically, if you wanted to go max battles, what you'd probably want to do is go 3 fights in a row here, this elite, this fight, one random event, and you could take another elite and another fight. So that would be your true min-max path there. That's a bit ridiculous. I don't want to go through all that. What I think I'll do instead is we can go fight, random event for a bit of spice. We have a shop, and then I can see how I feel. I can either, if I'm in bad state, I can either go random event or 2 fights. After that, there's a definite random event there, and then we can go battle. So good look. If we're kind of struggling and I don't need more, I can go elite rest maybe, or fight. Kind of feel I feel. So we've got some discretion as we go along for how we want to kind of piece it together, but I think for now coming along there is fine. In terms of stretchy, yet we still have spare goblins. We can go all the way down to 14 in theory and not be too fussed, so we'll just leave you as you are. Distraction, we'll keep replenishing those to the best of our ability, and then the Wolf Riders, the actual heavy hitters there with their curse standers and backstabbers. Our king, of course, is doing fine and his spider back. Northman Raiders. Okay, so dogs, horsemen, and a couple blocks of infantry. They first. Okay, you're going to be there to distract things. If I can stick you right on the side, maybe I can bait and I put you right back here so you can start shooting things. The issue is I need... If I put you on the flank, I can have you in the middle and maybe flank sideways on, or something along those lines. This is the problem for me. They're going to have a lot of these fast units that are going to get onto us very quickly. So, okay, well that one's basically killed itself and has given me a free flank. Don't worry about that one. So I'm more concerned, therefore, about this one. What I could, in theory, do is disregard this flank, have you flank that, and when this comes forward, have that flank that one, and then start coming around this way. I'm going to pass first because it's good to see where they move. I would love to shoot. This one's going to get killed in combat regardless, so it's a waste of time shooting at it. I think we'd be better off firing at that hound unit. Perfect, max damage. Again, they keep doing it, these dogs. That happened last part as well. They're rolling obscenely high and keeping themselves in the game. You've done a good job at protecting your flank here, so I think I'll be better off just killing them with the spider then. And I'll have you kind of stall them out if you kind of drag... Well, the spider in the next turn will end up here, or win that combat presumably, and they'll run. So I'd like this unit to be positioned in such a way that I can then subsequently get another immediate flank charge next turn. So I think if I come back here and put a bit of distance between me and the unit, like so, they'll be forced to come forward. I want to go quite far back. The further I go, the more better chances of them having to get out of position. And then they'll be in an easy to flank spot here. Well, maybe a bit further back. Kind of piece together. I'll be in combat here, so my vision cone will be like that. I won't have a lot, so don't go too far. I think maybe like that is a good compromise. We'll give it a go. See if we can kind of peer into the future there and game them out. This, I'm not going to take on these for now. I'm just going to back off. You can charge that. You kind of tweak over here. Eventually we'll get to a more advantageous position. You might be in a... Can you escape this? Yeah, easily. And you can just take that on. Get rid of the dogs for me. I think we can ignore these bricks of Northern axis for a good long while. kill those. It won't kill them all, but easily enough to break them and have them run away. Again, those dogs, I'd love to shoot them, but I'll have to wait until I move other things out of the way. Let's stall by using you first. Do I want to use Primal Fury on this unit? No, that's a waste. Honestly, we'll win anyway, and it's far more important for me that I start chewing through Primal Fury for these bigger, nastier units, so we'll hold on. Good, that might have worked. It all comes down to if I have the vision, like, if I can get there, we'll see. Worth a try. If not, I can just do this. Stall them again. Eventually, I'll get that spider where I want them. Good, I know where everything on this side is positioned now. I might now be able to get my flank into that unit, which would be great. So I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. I can get out the way of this line of sight so I can shoot the dogs, and I might be able to get you into their flank. That's there, but I think I can position myself maybe there and just squeak in. Worth a go. See if I can get away with it. I don't care at all about that. Keep shooting the hounds. 1 into a 1. Halfway there. Okay. My intention is to never have to deal with that unit in combat. I should be able to shoot it to death. You've probably got enough space to wiggle 1 more time. Yep, buy a bit more time there. Just have them comfort. I'm not going to get any more, so I'm just going to come nice and far forward. So that they have to come a bit further forward, which might make that flank even easier later. Okay, Zizik, show them what you got. 6 attacks now, hitting every time. Double 6, but pretty good still. And then the spider. Full house, great. And then it does all 6 wounds. That's all but 1 dog. I take no damage back. Perfect. Couldn't have gone any better. How do we do? Did I manage to flank? I don't quite have the movement, but I will be able to catch you next turn. I can complete, yeah, I can just squeeze in there and complete that charge. Perfect. That's the only one I want for now. Good. I'll Primal Fury those, definitely. Interesting decision. I'm going to use your Curse Standard now, of course. Good time to defeat those pesky horsemen. You're there. Okay. No reason not to just shoot this again. Max damage. That should finish them off. Well, okay, there's 1 hound left. Good. I know I was waiting for that to move because it should be possible for me to both get out of their way and still hit that unit of horsemen. They make it difficult for me. Or if I just go straight forward. Oh, I'm just shy. Okay, don't go too far then. Like that. Perfect. Got it. It's a side charge, of course, but that's perfectly acceptable. And then we'll... So they're already getting backstabbers for all their rerolls, but I think I benefit from the power, because with power 3, we go up to 4 on the charge, which means we're equal. So an extra power will mean we're power 5, and they're saving on 5+. So yeah, well worth it. One of the 2 scary units they have, so give them a hand. I'm less concerned about you, I'll be honest. I can just start turning this around now to... That'll be dead next turn to the next shot, so disregard that. That 1 dog's still running, perfect. And you can just ignore this, I suppose. Actually, come up here. So I'm hopeful that they'll obviously charge this to get in the way. So I'm hoping that next turn I can draw them away by having you run around this way. I might even be able to draw them away from the spider this turn by doing this. Focus on that one, please. Okay, 23 attacks. 13 is 17, that's okay. And then 5s. They roll, again, that's well above average, but should be enough to break them here. Take no damage back. Yeah, win by 10. Good start. Seven plus a rank 8. They are likely to come back, but I guess I can wait them out and see if they rally. It might be a waste of time charging them, so I'm not pushed for time. The axemen can't catch me, so it's well worth watching them and see what they do first. I'm just going to ignore the dog. I can deal with that in a second. Eliminate hound. There you go, now you do 5 wounds. Die 5 times over. So unfortunately they did move into a position to catch that, which is a bit annoying. What I could do, I'm going to do this now. I'll Primal Fury myself, because I want to break this in 1 turn. Very happy not to get stuck in combat with that, thanks. Okay, so what I need to see, this unit could in theory turn around and come flank that. Great, because it's an easy way to get rid of those. That may leave those active, so I'm going to move you first. We'll force them to rally. They do rally, okay. So I've got to make a decision. Either I can rush you over here and kill those, or I can save my Goblin King, effectively, by sacrificing this unit, because those 3 alone can't beat them and break them and have them rally. They're just too weak. No backstabber, no buff. They won't do much of anything. So, am I happy to have them back in the game, or would I rather just sacrifice you again? That's a difficult decision. I suppose I should have you. It's just easier to do it this way around. I'll have you hold them in place. You come over here and kill this for me. Get rid of the horses. No co-standard this time, but I think we'll be okay. 4 hits, 4 wounds, and then spider. Light full bunch, no damage back, so again, they're finished. I could in theory just flee with the spider. That might work. I might flee off the field, but well, it will be close. Honestly, I don't know, because once I flee with the spider, maybe I stay on a rally, maybe I don't. If not, they'll end up trying to chase this Wolf Rider unit around and just being shelled by the stone thrower over and over again. So yeah, let's just ignore the combat and not take unnecessary damage. The better part of Goblin Valor is running away. We stay on the field, that's excellent. Decent discipline, the Goblin King. I might be able to rally. Okay, you've given that unit a rear charge. In fact, I might as well. I'm not going to look a gift Northman axe in the eye. Okay, everyone else is stuck. Just start shooting them. Rally. I do manage it. Excellent. So you can start kiting as well. You could, in theory, charge that, but why is my response? Just, I don't want to take casualties, so just run around. So, 10 hits. It's not great, and they're going to have a better save, so they might hold here. They lose by quite a bit. It'd be very unlikely. And I could save them with the goblins. Clear? Yep. The banner of fury going to kick in here. Reduce the save to 5 up. Interesting. I don't think that's going to help. A maximum stone thrower. All good for morale. I think they're now low enough that you could probably just charge them in the back. Just get one there. And these are going to turn around just in case this Northern Axe holds on. We can rear charge them. Here we go. So no rerolls. So yeah, we're going to flub that. Of course, the one way I could scupper it is not rolling particularly well on the hit roll. They still break though, cowards. I can't charge there. Would it be worth charging, or should I just leave it and keep shooting? Oh, let's just spider them. Come on, get a move on. They're still running. Hilarious. In case these irritatingly hold in combat, you can come over there and flank them. Turn around. Turn to face when they keep running. Everyone else can stay as you are. Fantastic, hit some Zizik. That's not quite enough to rout them this turn, amazingly. I actually still think they can win this. With no active units left on the field. You'll definitely win this. Sure. No damage, wow. You got through a battle with goblins without sustaining casualties, that's bizarre. So Wolf Rider's leveled again. Yeah, you're fine, you're maxed out, so just take the greed. You know, it's going to be taking a lot of gold. And then the stone thrower leveled. Also greed, fantastic, because that's a lesser version of that, and we never care about combat, so I was hoping that one would come up. We press gold on this thing basically every time, so it's just gold we're leaving on the table every time we don't. We're now full size, and everyone else is effectively full combat size. This is why we're not fussed about gold with goblin runs. They just generate so much. We just love our gold. It's exactly as you'd want it. No changes need to be made. Elves. Alright. So we're going to be shot at a bit. This is where having all these fast units might serve us quite well. So they're going to have a couple fast eagles or something. Just put these on. I think I'm happy for them to actually be on the flanks this time. You be there, and that piece of terrain's in the way, kind of. Maybe just there will do. And then rush up here. They're all on that side. Great. But that's rangers, so we'll kill those. That's archers. Interesting. Who do I want? I'm going to shoot first, of course. I can defeat all of these in combat. I want my range damage to go into these. Specifically, I think the rangers are actually a better choice because they're very accurate. They have rerolls and they have high skill. So any damage you could do to those is a significant decrease. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a win-loss kind of proposition because they're the unit I'm going to get to flank next turn and execute anyway. So am I better off just chipping away at the archers who no one is going to be able to fight for a good long while because I can't get to them? I accept the full damage volley from the rangers just for one turn, and then I can kill them next turn. Well, I can test it. Let's see. So let's see. How far can I get? I get to there. Frustratingly, that's actually going to be a front charge. So in that case, I'm decided I'm going to shoot them because they're really nasty in combat as well. Double one into double one. That's hilarious. Okay. Eagle is going the wrong way, is all I could describe that as. I would rather these units, if they did shoot something, they would shoot the goblin mob as opposed to anything else because I can replenish them quickly. So if you just want to come fight the eagle, I don't mind. Just let it charge you, it will die in combat. Pretty pathetic. I'm just going to pass now because I can't shoot anything else. Good. I know where that's going to be. Oh, it has a ranged attack and does a wound. That's irritating. So one of you can flank one of you can probably flank the other. I've got 3 units left, which is what? This, and this. I kind of need to wait to see. This needs to wait because I need them to shoot at that first before they hit me, ideally. I'm not going to be able to get that, am I? Alright, I might as well just sustain some casualties, suck it up. What if I go all the way over here if I can get a flank charge? No, that's still front arc. Sorry, no get around it. Good, I know it. Paid off though, I know where all these landed, so I can easily get around you. In the flank. That's their chariots here, finished. That one's at least shooting the goblin mob. Whatever. Ultimate replaceable fodder. Come forward and flank that chariot. I don't care about any of those abilities. Oh, if I put that one further forward first, maybe they would have targeted the spider and I would have taken less damage. Oh well. That's handled, that's handled, that will effectively kill itself. I could front charge. The pesky thing about these is that they have 2 attacks each and reroll everything. I would probably lose that fight. I could put... I kind of need to use the Primal Fury on this unit because they have no buff, so I'm just going to stand there and get shot again. Throw a stone throw at them before they can do anything pesky. Good. I'm going to do that, take some damage off. These are all double one into double one again. There you go, double 3. It's more appropriate. There you go, that's most of their damage output gone. You choose to shoot at nothing, I appreciate it. Primal Fury, reroll and power that unit, because they have no rerolls and they're benefit from power. You're going to get shot again, and they're going to reroll. Probably lose another one. Yeah, it's fine. Now I get my flank and execute them. Alternatively, I might, if we just put in a kill them with the stone thrower, can I get all the way over to that other archer unit? Not quite. Shame. Well, maybe I can. It's going to be close. If I go further that way. I mean, I think I can reach them. I think I would actually prefer to kill those, and instead I could just one more shot from bolt thrower either wipes them out or near enough. So killing that one's actually more worthwhile. Yeah, I think so. Some combats. These should be relatively straightforward. The high skill of these chariots might actually keep them alive. Just for now, still lose. This is... I don't expect it to do a whole lot. One goblin. Dead. Yes, the eagles. They're designed as hypermobile flanking units, so they're meant to get into the back and rear arc. Yeah, isn't quite smart enough to use them the way maybe they should be used. Again, our paltry Goblin Rider unit doing almost nothing. I'll have to help them out. Need upgrades for this quite badly. I made it! Hooray! In you go. So I knew they wouldn't charge me because, yes, we're in the charge radius, but because it's a ranged unit, the AI will never declare a charge. They're just going to allow me to get away with this, despite how silly it is. Smack. Fine. Okay, good. You let me do this first, so I can get rid of them before they shoot me. Double one again, into double. That can't be math average. You can't keep rolling double one into double one. I swear there's something off about the re-rolls in this game. The initial dice rolls are pretty, like, sound in terms of mathematics, but the rerolls are just terrible. Keep running. There's not really much else to do except for use a curse standard. That's definitely enough to chew those apart. It should be easy. Do I want to use Primal Fury on something? This will be dead anyway. Does increasing my power here matter? No. I'm already better power relative to their defense. So going up by one more isn't going to help. And they're going to die. So I'm just going to hold on to these abilities. Maybe they'll be more useful later. Yeah, the king kills it already. Managed to lose a wolf. That's a shame. Over here, 21. Oh, that's a proper reroll. There we go. You lose another one to archers. That's embarrassing. Roll a single save for me. Finish that off. No reason to hang around. Yep. Shoot those. Please get rid of them this time. They're very conveniently going with the wrong unit each time. Could have done that last turn and saved me some heartache. Start chasing them, I suppose. Moving our way around these dancers. That'll be dead, don't worry. One goes one way, one goes the other way. You'll be forced to make a decision. That one archer dies 7 times. If I just ignore them, they'll start wavering. Can I shoot them there? Not quite, if I wiggle a bit. There we go. So usually you can get away with it. 1, 1, 2, 1. It really isn't very good. There you go, that's all I needed. Routing this turn. Skip the rest of the phase. Some scratches to the walls here and there, but otherwise okay. So Zizek leveled again. I was hoping that I'd get the recruiter ability would pop up here, but instead I get combat stuff. I think skill 5 would be preferable, because we're at the stage of the campaign we'll be encountering skill 4 stuff a lot, so still hitting on 3+ rather than 4+ nets you more hits than having 6 attacks to 7 attacks whenever you're facing skill 4, so I think on this occasion I'd rather the greater proficiency. And the goblin mob also gets backstabbers. Interesting. I think it's a good idea because they would obviously benefit a lot from the rerolls. I don't need 29 is incredible. I don't need any more size than that. It's really ridiculous, and their replenishment is obviously fine. You're full HP, you're full HP. I'd love to get... I don't think I can get Goblin Greed on the spider. 9 of 11 is honestly fine in terms of their damage output. You don't need more help. They're kind of pathetic and there's no Goblin Greed, so you might as well help them. This is an interesting one for me. Do I want to go back up to... Am I fine with 20? 20 is still maximum damage and has quite a few extra wounds just to rely upon, so I think they're honestly fine at that size. We don't need to max them out all the time. Yep, plus 24. Nice to have 24 gold on hand. Have a look at the random event for a bit of spice. Excellent is one of the fancy ones. Okay, Holy Gift. This is a holy place. Your soldiers can ask for a blessing or make your choice carefully. It says that, but you can press any unit and just keep pressing them so you don't have to pick and choose. Effectively, pick a unit, return it to full strength, never ever use rest and gather strength. It's a horrible waste because the other one, ask for attention, unit rerolls fail damage saves. Basically make yourself borderline invincible. I think the correct option is to put it on the giant spider because it's defense 6 and then rerolling saves. It's either 3-up save rerolling or a 2-up save rerolling. It becomes borderline an indestructible super spider, which is great. We're a Goblin King. More power to the king. Divine Protection Spider, excellent. So you could do something, you could make a Goblin mob that has saves rerolled, but honestly, they're reliant on numbers and replenishment than being super tough, whereas the Giant Spider, you actually want to soak damage. Right, I have choices of all the Goblins, excellent. So do I want, it's going to be, I don't particularly like the Spear mob, they're not that useful for taking charges. Cheap, but I'd much rather some of these. The Shaman, who's pretty cool. Or just a unit of archers. I think for an extra 60 it would be nice to have the shaman because you can get recruit opponents and you can get other spells and he comes with a spell. So yeah, that's a good deal. I'll take a shaman. And then they get nothing to buy and nothing to buy. So 155. Reroll missed attacks for the Goblin King is pretty good. That'll leave me with 104. Her standard would be really cool. You could buy a Curse Standard and a Banner of Fury. That would be pretty good. Again, we're leaving the extra power there. It's not burning priority right now, so I think that's what I'll do. I'll buff you up, 104 left. Yeah, and then Curse Standard and power. So, and then we'll do Banners of Swiftness and Flaming Ammunition next. I'm not bothering with the short bows because their skill is terrible and they only get a couple shots. It's really not a lot of damage output, so it's pretty expensive for what you get out of it. The chip damage is nice. You can kind of deal with things more effectively, but because, okay, so we now have Goblin short bows. Kind of dedicated ranged unit, skill 3, power 3, pretty much as low tier as a ranged unit gets. But then we also have Brooker Blood Spindle with another charge of Primal Fury. So I don't have to pick and choose between units anymore. If I get multiple combats engaged, I can use Primal Fury twice in a single turn, which is great. I'm going to show off some of our prowess. We'll take, I think we're going to have a random event there, and I got a good one, so I'm going to take a battle here as opposed to another random event. Against Risen Invaders, the Undead, okay? Me first. How do I want to do this? Let's put the spider here because, well, I guess the spider there because you can ignore the woods. And then you, maybe on the, I kind of want you to flank things. So ideally, if I can draw something over there with the archers, and then, yeah, that will slow you down, but you should still have enough movement to get around any of their fast stuff. Where am I going to put these? You kind of want to be in the center, and I want you somewhere to shoot things. It's a bit difficult. That will have to do, I suppose. Dogs, dogs, dogs. The scary one that matters. Okay, well, obviously it'd be great for you to start picking off. I can't hit the one I'd really want, which is that one, I'm afraid. No, I'm never going to be able to draw a line of sight to it. If you hold the shift key and use X and C, you can kind of see what you'll be able to see. Oh, maybe I can do it there. Yes, I can. Cheeky. I want to assassinate this one because if I do, they'll then prioritize this, which makes them easy to flank. Whereas if that's still alive, I think they'll lock onto that, and they'll lock onto that, which is unfortunate. Good shot. I won't quite kill them all, given how they keep rolling. Oh, maybe if I could do it if I... Oh, okay. I can do this, so let's now bow and arrow them. And kill off that last one. Benefit of having one extra range squad. That should now draw them toward me, which should make flanking them nice and easy. Just going to put myself nice and over into the side here. Draw them leftward. Perfect. Now you can probably, as long as this wood doesn't slow you down too badly, you should be able to get into the flank of this unit. Excellent. We've done it. Got exactly what we wanted. That might be, we have to be worried about these wolves though. They're going to get pretty up close to us quickly. I say that, the spider's so strong it could probably just defeat them anyway. Maybe I can get into their flank on this side. Let's give it a go. That wood is going to slow me down a bit. I can draw them. They can't see me. I can draw a line of sight from that side, and I'm obviously in the flank, so I think that works. Here comes that last one. So I have to do something about this because they've moved into a position to intercept those. So I need someone to engage them. In which case, I'm just going to have the spider do it. There's nothing they can do in a direct battle. You'll just win. There's a silly white guard at the back who are never going to participate in the battle, really. You just come forward. So that's all of their mobile stuff effectively hard countered. We'll do that first to seal that one in place. And then we'll do that to seal you in place. Good, now you're definitely free to intercept them and save your short bows. That's all I wanted. Good, they haven't moved to intercept you. I was afraid they would do that, but no, they've made a silly mistake. And they've moved terribly as well. Okay, I have two uses of Primal Fury. I'm not going to bother with this one. You should be able to just execute them. You've now got True Strike, so you reroll all of your attacks anyway. So Primal Fury only helps the spider and their power. And honestly, 5 all should be trivial to cut through. So that one, would the extra power matter? We have the Banner of Fury, so power 3 base, power 4 on the charge with a hand weapon, power 5 on the charge with the Banner of Fury. Their defense 5, so if I put Primal Fury on them, they go up to power 6, which means they have better power to the enemy defense, which again decreases their save. So there is a point to giving them Primal Fury. And then just come forward and start shooting at these white guard. You're not going to do a whole lot. You know, they could fail every save and you could do a lot more than I thought. Really rub my nose in it, why don't you? And then you're going to Primal Fury this one because they don't have the rerolls. They never got Backstabber for some reason. that's it. You're just going to stand there and stare at them. So these will die. I'm really just concerned about he single-handedly kills it before the spider gets to do anything. So I take what would be 2 wounds is reduced to 1 because of the reroll, and I'll heal that automatically, so we're basically fine. We have the reroll here, which doesn't help at all. Yes, that made no difference, we still killed them. I don't lose one, I just take a wound, which is perfect. And over here, this is the one where they might hold on because of their sheer toughness. 11 is 15, that's pretty good. Dealing 10 wounds, they're dead to a man. To a Dread Knight. All the buffs there. You have enough Goblin Wolf Riders with enough rerolls and enough help that can beat even elite heavy cavalry. Go Goblins. Well, that was the hard part done. We beat all of their fast stuff. I'm just going to deal with this slow moving idiots who will never catch us. I do love double one into double one. Well done, game. The propensity for it to do that is just, it's beyond what I'm willing to accept as random chance. It's just, I could flank them, I suppose, but there's really no value in doing so. They're just going to get shot to death over the course of the next few turns. So just taking casualties for no real reason is pointless. Any extra damage I take in the spider will now count as actual damage, so don't is the easy solution. Keep shooting them and shooting them. Their morale will fail. Once this unit is small enough that I think I can kill it in one turn, I'll charge it. Currently, 10 white guard will survive whatever I put into them, and then they'll turn and hit me, and I'll start sustaining damage for no real reason. I haven't actually had a chance to show this off yet. So ranged units have both a long range and a short range. If you're, I believe it's halfway, isn't it? So if you're within half range, you get to hit on your full skill, which is the number 7 minus whatever your skill is. So the skill of a Goblin shortbow is 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. You hit on 4 plus. So 15 shots from 4 plus. And then the power and defense calculation is the same. And that way, I'm going to have you. Can you hit that one yet, or is that unit in the way? There, you can scrape them in the side. Very good. You want to get out of the way. I think there are sufficiently few of those that I'm willing to charge and kill them now. Put Primal Fury on them to definitely get through. You just get away from this one. Oh, we're safe. This is our crack team of Wolf Riders, showing this unit how it's done. Okay, can I get you out of the way so I can shoot them with the stone thrower, please? So once that unit's dead, I think that's then broken. Just stand where you are. Somebody Primal Fury this. Give them the extra power because it does help out mathematically. And just to demonstrate, no, you can't stack Primal Fury, so using it twice there doesn't actually help me. But it is funny, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. 15 attacks, re-rolling, 12 hits, and then 5s, they're all dead. That's routing this turn, perfect. Which is convenient because they would have actually caught me if they held on. I guess I could have just fled, assuming that unit was dead. No damage, yep, we've gotten to a good point now. We can defeat these even with goblins without sustaining casualties. Spider leveled again, just more attacks. I just want you to be an absolute blender. And this unit, Wolf Riders, still doesn't have backstabbers. In fact, that's basically the worst selection of upgrades we possibly could have gotten. So, looter, I guess. No strength in numbers, no extra size, no backstabbers. No skill. Oh, I've already got veteran skill. Okay. Your full HP, your full HP, your full HP, your full HP. And then these two, I mean, we're obviously seeing we're doing just fine at that size, so just take the gold. Great. And then we've got more than enough time, given the speed we're cutting through these, to do another one. Forest Raft, some more Wood Elves. We've made our way through the Orcs and Goblins Civil War. We're now killing Wood Elves. So I'll do their fast thing again on the sides. Again, maybe I can bait something with you. I liked how this went last time, actually. If I put you on the flank here and you on this side, to kind of, it'll be a different army. This one isn't going to quite work out the same. Worth a try. And then you on the flank. You back here to shoot things. I have an extra unit to, I don't know, stand in the middle and just move around as you need to. Maybe stand there and distract stuff. I guess I'd rather the ranged combat be together here. Oh, it's the Dryad, it's the woodland creature one. Okay, this is going to be harder. So, I'd obviously love to kill off their fast stuff first, so I need to deal with... I think those are the preferable target. The eagles are pathetic in their damage output, I'm just going to ignore them. But the cavalry here is a bit more intimidating. Although I guess if I kill the eagle, it would be easier to flank those with my wolves. So do you think I can maybe assassinate it in one turn? That I don't care about. I can just flank and kill it. So yeah, let's try it. Let's try and get rid of this one. With a 1 into a 1 again. Oh, but they fail all 4 saves and die. Perfect. Excellent. No more eagle. You're going to get killed here. I kind of saw that coming. Poke out there. It's an eagle. Even you, unupgraded wolf riders, can handle it. That I don't care about. I'm going to have this spider ultimately engage that treant once I see it step forward. You're going to get killed in combat, so let's instead have you... I would have you shoot those, but your range is so paltry you're not actually going to get there. Right. Tell you what, I'm going to have you come this way, because I think if I'm lucky they'll lock onto you and not that unit, and I can draw them over. I don't care about that, just pass. Okay, they went straight forward. It's going to be hard to flank now because they're going to come forward and block that avenue, which is unfortunate for me. Might now at least be close enough for me to get a shot with this unit. Yep. Start doing damage. They're pretty fragile, so even then I can do some meaningful injuries. You get to there, I'd love to flank you with my spitter. Close enough to make sure it is a flank, and I can't be seen yet, we're clear. I'm obviously flanking them, so you'll be dead, you'll be dead. Or maybe I might end up getting hit from both the Dryads and the Treant. It's going to be painful, but not the end of the world. Okay, let's hold off for a turn. Actually, you can kill that. If the Dryad comes barreling forward towards me, I can actually draw it further this way. And then I get more separation between these units, which makes it easier for me to hit them without being trapped. But yeah, even after this dies, I might have them reorient and lock onto the Wolf Riders. So I'll just give the enemy an opportunity to mess up. Okay, what happened here unfortunately did happen. I'm not going to be able to... So what I would do ordinarily is do this. So, hey, look at that. Well, hey, free flank. Dead unit of... But there's no way I can get through and catch them. So what I'll have to do instead, I could do that. I mean, if I'm... The only way I might be able to finagle is if I'm technically the closer unit, they won't... The only way you can intercept at the front is if you're closer to the enemy. So if I do this, is it... I want to make sure... I need to absolutely make sure that it's still a front charge there, which I think it is. So yeah, majority front. So that I think is a shorter line than that. So as long as I get to declare my charge first, I can do that without them stopping me. At least in theory. Oh, this is a gamble, because if I mess this up and it doesn't work, they're going to charge and kill my stone thrower, which is really not good at all. Who gets to charge first, me or him? Can't remember who went first. I'm going to try it. Let's give it a go. And even if he does charge first, if I can get lucky and he'll charge something else and just don't be the treant. Yes, I got away with it. Phew. So that looks to me like the shorter line. So I should be able to do this and they can't intercept me. You can't save them. Good. And now, because they did it in the wrong order, I can stop and kill that eagle. Phew, got away with it. That was very lucky there. If they did that first, I would be locked in. I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Okay, I'm just going to pass a bunch now. And you use your... Do I need to use the curse standard? I'll get backstabbers. I'll put Primal Fury on them as one other unit, so power 6 on the charge against defense 3. They should just be dead, and I can save that for when I inevitably have to engage one of these tougher units. Okay, Primal Fury time. And shooting at things. You just want to kind of wiggle a bit so you're not engaged yet. There you go. They didn't move anything. They must have just passed. I'm still waiting for these tree ants to mobilize. Okay, I'll have to take my... Well, let's do the lesser shooting first in that case. Two wounds each dryad, so it's going to take a long time to chew through them. You can Primal Fury those for me. Okay, good. I know where you've landed. And it's much easier for me to now do this. I don't run the risk of being immediately counter-flanked. Okay, okay, so you're going to kill those, at which point you're going to have to flee from that when it comes to hit you, which is okay. You start chewing through these insane dryad numbers. Yeah, defense 5, 2 wounds each. We're going to be here a while, I'm afraid. I really need you to kill this quickly because you can't afford to get stuck here. It's terrible, that's better. I think they're all dead. Yeah, minus 1 of 2 wounds on the character. They're gone. You're safe to flee. You can't flee if you're locked in combat, so I need them to be out of the way. You will eventually defeat that eagle. Do that, start taking them on, and you just want to get away from the Trent. We're faster, so we can definitely flee. Yep. We are going to get caught if I can't flee again, so it's going to be a slight hassle. Right, I'm going to Primal Fury myself, because this thing is pretty tough. I want the rerolls, I want the damage. You're also coming over here to hit these, which is terribly unfortunate because they fail to rally, so I can't actually escape. I have Backstabbers and Curse Standard and Banner of Fury on this unit, so charging one of these wouldn't be a terrible idea. I could, in theory, try and save this unit by 1. Maybe charging them with the short bows. Intercepting that one with this one to pin it in place, and then intercepting that one with this one to pin it in place. It's a lot of effort to go through to save the Wolf Riders. I don't really think it's worth it. Let them get charged by the Treant. The Treant only has 5 attacks. It'll do limited kind of damage, anything meaningful. They'll break morale, they'll run with only a couple casualties, and it'll still be a good unit I can heal to a decent size afterwards. I think that's the best recourse. So instead I'll have you prioritize something juicier. Probably one of these intact units then. That one or that one. Well, surely you can come over here and deal with that one, so I'll have you deal with this one. Again, I could flank it if I wanted. I could put myself back there and get a full-on rear charge, like so. Other things to do, keep shooting things. This is the unit I Giants. I'm hoping I don't have to engage directly. You'll presumably win that. You're going to take your damage. What I'm undecided in doing is whether or not I discharge the stone thrower. I can shoot them now. The problem is, once they die and they get out of the way, I need to move to safety. Okay, I think I have one more turn where I can do this without being penalised for it. Let's see how long it takes me to defeat these units. 1 wound, that's terrible. Eventually you'll get through. Next turn. This is the more telling one. Okay, so we don't benefit from the rerolls because we have Prime Food, but we are Power 7, which helps against Defense 7. 5 hits, and then 4 ups to save, so only 2 wounds yet. Hard as nails. And then 3 ups, rerolling. 3 ups, reroll the 6s for poison. Good, we did a bit of damage. And I reroll my save, so I take none. It's Fearless Discipline 10, so it basically never runs. Fearless means it doesn't suffer the negative penalties to losing combat, so unless it rolls an 11 or 12, you're there forever. Interesting, they wanted to charge with the Dryads. Well, I guess I could intercept them with these and hope for the best. I could Primal Fury the archers and see if they can beat them in a fight. So I can save them, and then you'll get charged by those, which is the plan. Yeah, it's worth a try, actually. Which is good. You'll take minimal damage. The only thing that scares me is that unit is obviously unoccupied. You're definitely going to use this now. You're going to need it to break that so you can flee. You went the wrong way. Excellent. I appreciate it. So I want to Primal Fury ourselves, because we're going to need it to break that unit in 1 turn. They can't turn around and kill us. You can't use your Curse Standard when fighting backwards. That's pointless. And you're also going to Primal Fury yourselves, because I need to win this fight now. Get off the blasted Treant. You have no valid targets. Everyone's engaged. I guess you could shoot them, but that's going to break, at which point he's going to charge you next, so you need to get out there, get to safety. There you're safe. Can you defeat the eagle? Yes, at last. Hooray. Free to run around and distract those Dryads. Here we go again. I need to do 3 more wounds. Already dead. Great. Goblin King and Spider. Proving they can defeat other monsters. I take 2, which is a shame. I'll heal back 1. Here we go. Okay. So Primal Fury. 14, not bad. Dealing 8 wounds, that should be enough, even with discipline 10. Is I roll double 1? Yes, I got them. I can help that unit if they're still holding on. 1 wound from the character, hooray, and then pretty good because of the rerolls and damage output. I lose 2, fine. Still break. Get archered losers. Here, I expect you to run away. Okay, you only lose 1, which is pretty good. Please run. Good, you do run. It's actually the best case scenario for me. I'm going to start running over here to deal with that one for me. Dryads are basically guaranteed to rally. So if you can charge them in the back, you'll want to, but I can't reach them with the unit I want yet, so we'll leave it for a second. That doesn't matter at all, just come up here. That's more concerning. I'll have to... Right, what I'd love to do, I'm going to get you out. I want to recharge that one with all the extra guys, and I'm going to have you come forward and just shoot that one. So make sure you don't accidentally block the charge. The problem is no, if they... there's a lot of moving pieces to take into account here. So there isn't enough space for this unit to fit into combat. Even if I could stand here, I could see them, I could draw the line, but I won't legally be able to fit my unit. It's too wide to fit in here. If they keep running, you will be able to, you'll be fine. But I can't guarantee that's going to happen. So what I might do instead, can I go that way? No, I can't go that way and escape, so I'm going to be forced to make an ugly decision here. I'm just going to have to stand here at the kind of maximum distance and I hope that's good enough. Shoot the smaller one. No damage. Great work, guys. That's already rallied, so that's annoying. I'd actually rather they've moved out of the way. You're going to move to safety. Just keep running away from the tree ant. They also rally. Okay. So I have to make do with what I can here. I might only have to... I'd love to charge that one, but I don't think... Maybe I can squeeze in there? Worth a go. We'll see what the game lets me get away with. I'm going to have you kite that unit around forever, because I'd much rather you come over here. Please help me with that monster. I think I'll have to get away with just charging that Dryad unit. Oh, I could just about squeeze in there. Very good. Good. I can do the nasty one. Just ignore that. Good. Valiant work there. Wolf Riders. Yeah, they moved into a really ugly position where they can flank me, so I guess I should both... I can wheel... So you're allowed to wheel through allies but not enemies, so I can kind of do that, but I need to see... where that tree ant's going to go. I guess I could just take the shot first. Between that and maybe the stone throw, I can do enough to dissuade them. I'll just turn around. What difference does it make at this point? Okay, good. I know where that's landed. Shall I force a combat with you? Or do I take the shot at the Dryads to reduce their damage output? I think... Oh, I can flank... Oh, no, never mind. I can just flank them with that unit. We're safe. Good. Right. I'm going to end up fighting you anyway. So let's maneuver now. I can eventually get you into a better charge. I'll move you down here. I'm going to split their attention up and down, so they're going to have to pick a direction and move. I'm going to come up this way. Eventually I'm going to maneuver my way around you. Really like you to break that this turn. Yeah, nice damage. Between the Banner of Fury and the hand weapon, they're up to power 5 goblins in the charge. They're pretty great. Save that unit for me, please. Oh, I accidentally tipped into range. Oh, I thought I was safe. I could flee. Do I want to flee or do I want to stand and fight? I don't really benefit from standing and fighting, honestly. I think I can just win the game by kiting it, killing that, and then running up. No, I'm not taking the damage unnecessarily. Let's just get out of there. Superior goblin tactics in play. Ideally, yeah, you move into a perfect spot to be. Shade. Ah, that's annoying. But I do rally so I can flee again if I have to. Right, we'll just start hammering into you. You know what the risk is? I won't be able to flee properly because I'm going to get charged once, and then if you get charged from 2 flanks simultaneously, you can't flee. It all hinges on, can that tree ant reach me? I don't think so. Again, I think I'm safe. Worst case scenario is I could rear charge it with this to effectively hold it in place and save him. Turn around and shoot that. It's a 3-up save, but you should be able to start doing some pretty nice damage. So these should be easily dealt with. Say that, your damage output is still laughable. Okay, you're going to be there a while, killing 2 dryads. Who I have more faith in. Say that, you also roll terribly this turn. And they also hold, great. That's not mathematical at all. We will eventually prevail in these combats, it can be a bit ugly. So you're charging again, no thank you. You can't reach, good, I got away with it. Still on the field, that's appreciated. Okay, you're now after that one, that's, do I take the shot or do I just, you rally again, so you'll flee again. The enemy morale is failing, so I'm just buying time now. Roll 4 1s for me, or not. I think I'd be better off just moving rather than wasting time trying to assassinate it. Uh-oh, I'm not going to get away. I can do this. Ooh, I think we're okay. Wow, that's the tightest threshold I've ever seen, but that is safe. Perfectly positioned stone throw, well done. Defeat the dryads. They're 1 less dryad. 1 more wound to me. I'll get you next turn. Just a question if I lose a wolf rider. Some goblins, that sucks. And now you run. Okay, fine. Just keep attacking them, it helps from morale drain purposes. You can flee here again, don't take the damage. You'll flee off and forward, that's fine. Battle is basically over at this point. I think after this turn I'll give up. Perfect, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. I'm now free to do this. Shoot you with a unit that can actually do some damage and can't position away. Only 1 wound left, that's nice. I'm not going to be able to escape here though, but I can get far enough away such that when they charge I can flee again. Not that I think I'll need to, realistically. I do lose the wolf to the wound, I saw that coming. And over here. Oh wow, they actually have enough morale to hold on a turn. And now they're at 1%, fine. I'll flee the archers and we won't take any damage. Got away with it. I have the spike, so you're going to turn, but the battle's over, so I'm just going to kill this treant out of petty malice. There you go. If I did that 1 extra wound, it would have ended that turn. Let me skip the rest. The only thing I'm really annoyed about is losing the 1 wolf, because now I have to heal the unit rather than just getting all the gold. Oh, honestly, it just runs around distracting things anyway. I might as well just leave it at 4 and just take the... Oh, it's not Goblin Greed, it's only a small amount, and I'll consider it. Gruckle, our Shaman, Goblin Shaman is leveled. Wounds are irrelevant on a character who's basically never going to get into combat. Discipline's also pretty pants, so just a little extra gold in the flat rate up there. Yeah, just permanent plus 5%, so it adds 4 gold. It really isn't a whole lot. His accompanying unit. Backstabbers on a unit that basically never gets into combat is daft. We have enough replenishments goblins already, so we'll have just more of them. And this Goblin Wolf Rider unit can have even more. Do you want to go up to 14? It's kind of redundant at that point and actually somewhat harmful because the unit becomes so massive that it's impossible to get it into the flanks of enemies and do anything useful. There is a kind of diminishing returns principle. So if you imagine, you can only get cavalry 6 across, so they go 6 wide. So you get 6 and you get 6, which is 12. So if I go up to 14, I have 12, I'd have 2 more in the 3rd rank, just doing nothing, making it super easy for the enemy to flank me, making it impossible to fit anywhere. So I'm fine with 11 being the max size. They're clearly combat effective at that principle, so just, yeah, more gold, please. And the stone thrower leveled. Just take the looter, none of these matter to me. So just, you're basically an automatic gold generation machine. 5 of 6 is more than good enough. And we've said that you're healthy at your size. I'm going to take the heal on that one because their archers actually benefit from the extra shots. You're not useful at anything other than full size because you're pretty pantsy, you haven't got any of the good upgrades. And then that just leaves you. Do I finally want to concede and just quickly put some extra goblins on there because I'm taking the casualties? Yeah, it's a full heal. I don't waste any of its potential, so just this turn I'll go ahead and put my unit back up to full strength. Once every 4 or 5 battles I'll do that and become healthy again. Good. I'm not going to stretch out the goblins because, well, I do benefit if I do get locked in combat. It is helpful. I do actually get the extra attacks, and as I've seen with Primal Fury, they can, in a serious pinch, they can actually break things for me. Ordinarily, I would leave ranged units like this because you don't care about the depth, just being nice and tight for positional purposes is Valiant. It's kind of useful, but if I'm actually maybe potentially going to have to use them in combat every now and then, stretching them isn't a dismal idea. Yeah, I think so. I think I will stretch them. It's a Goblin shortbow unit that can occasionally hit things for me, only with Primal Fury, but I've got 4 uses between the two, so I think it's justifiable. Good, we'll leave that there. And I think that's where we'll leave this part, because we can very easily, in the next part, we'll defeat Act 2. It's just a random event for a bit of spice, and then in Elites, the shop, the fight, and kind of some warm-ups, and then the Act 2 boss. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. We're over the hump on this Goblin run, so Goblin-only runs are agonizing in pretty much in Act 1, trying to be very careful getting everything right. Don't fall into the trap of getting too many Wolf Riders. The first unit you get will be the good one because it has enough time to get the ranks, and then the new ones you buy they're just so bad. They take forever to kind of scale up and be useful, whereas these can do a lot of work more effectively quicker. So yeah, we'll leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, please do like and subscribe. SOVL doesn't really have a marketing team or any marketing of the kind, so the only way to spread it around is via YouTube videos. That's how I came across it. So maybe if you like to subscribe, someone who would see it who otherwise wouldn't, and they'd have a chance to fall in love with it as I did. Or if you just want to chat with me and let us down in the comment section, that's great too. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.